Gorgeous evening, Miss Levitt.
It really is, isn't it?
Checking on the children.
Tucked in, but wide awake.
Tell me more.
Are you tempting me with astronomy?
It is my greatest asset.
Well, then you would remember from school that...
Your cheek, your neck.
Pay attention, young man. Stars are classified by their heat.
Your eyes. My God.
And, given one of the letters, OBAFGKM.
And how will I ever remember? What if there were some useful phrase, perhaps one with an irresistible directive?
Oh, be a fine girl.
Now I remember.
Let's stay here forever.
Adrift?
Afloat.
In the sea?
In the sky. Always the sky.
Always.
Yes.
Always. The sky.
Yes.
The sky. Send more sky. Send more sky. Send more sky. Send more sky.
What?
Send more sky. Send more sky.
Peter?
Send more sky. Send more sky. Send more sky.
Peter?
Oh, Miss Levitt. Hello.
Hello.
You're here.
I am. Very here.
Yes. Well, I was very glad to read about your work, the pattern. It's very good work.
Well, it took long enough to find, but in the end, it's a compliment to all of us.
Kind of you to share credit, but I seem to remember you sitting up all those nights alone.
Usually, yes.
Yes, well, excuse me, we'll need your next batch soon.
Batch?
Those little Cephiids. You're the fiend.
Oh, well, yes, but...
And Pickering will be really glad to have his best computer in-house. Excuse me.
Wait.
I really can't talk right now, Miss
Well,
Levitt.
I haven't seen the publication yet, but I was hoping to move past computing to real research.
I'll let you discuss that with Dr. Pickering. Excuse me, I have a class.
Oh, you're teaching. How nice.
Well, it is a university.
Peter,
I really can't, Miss Levitt.
Well, I thought that we could...
I can't talk right now.
I know it's been so long.
It has.
But I tried to come back, but there were complications.
Years of complications? I shouldn't do this. Excuse me.
You stopped writing to me.
Yes, well, there were complications.
Yes, in space and time. Yes, I know, but when I saw the truth in those numbers, when I felt what I have always wanted to feel, I thought of you. Because you understand, and I thought that...
You know there should be mandatory exclamation points with this sort of thing. I saw you coming up the walk and about bit my fist. I was so pleased. Oh, Henrietta, dear. The period luminosity relation by Miss Henrietta Levitt. Oh, there is a simple relationship between the brightness of the Cepheid stars and their time periods. Published and triumphant you stand, in case those were worry lines. Why don't you tell her it's brilliant?
Oh, it's an achievement, especially now that Pickering and the lot have their hands on
The
it.
lot have nothing to do with it.
I'm simply saying that when others have a chance to apply it, progress indeed.
You wouldn't know progress if it swam up and bit your ear.
Excuse me.
I don't blame you for being jealous.
Oh, I am not jealous.
And I'm not standing right here in front of you.
I'd like to ask Dr. Pickering if I might continue this work now that I'm back. Maybe start a whole project just for the Cephiids.
We've already started one.
You have? But I want to participate.
You're not an astronomer.
Of course I am.
Not without a degree.
Well, then I'll get one.
And who'll do your work, Miss Levitt?
This is my work.
It isn't.
It's my work.
Miss Levitt, you've done a fine job. Let's let that be that.
No, the impact of this could change the nature of
It's just a pattern, Miss Levitt. It's not some revolution. Though we thank you for your contribution.
You are a giant ass!
I am sorry that I raised my voice.
Why don't you get out?
I will not.
Do not press me.
After all that I have put up with from this department. Where is Miss Cannon, anyway? Out? Again?
She's sick of you.
We all know where she is. She's out, making trouble for this institution.
And if you ever made as many contributions as she makes trouble in one day, any one of us would care what you think about any one of us.
I'll go.
Home to your dachshund?
To my wife. That's ruined.
Dr. Pickering is finally getting us some new chairs.
Oh, that's very,
Oh, honey, we are in the business of perspective. And you know it is fundamentally hard to tell whether something is big and bright or just close by.
I don't know what you mean.
And if hearts were stars, we'd all connect the damn dots.
Oh, nothing ever materialized.
Oh, not saying it did, just hearts and stars. They can be blinding.
How do we know if any of this matters? How does anyone know that? I want to know that.
Oh, honey, you can't. And that's why you must never doubt or you'll drown. Now, Annie will be so happy to see you. She's on her way back from a protest now. These are very exciting times. You know, they gave her a sash. And she and that sash are off to change the nation. Speaking of, Annie, look who's back.
Miss Levitt,
Miss Cannon!
here you are. Welcome.
Oh, it's so good to see you!
And you, my dear. The responses to your finding have been numerous.
It was in there. You were right.
Then let's all never doubt me again, shall we?
See? How was the protest? I defended your honor.
It was profound and pointless, as these things tend to be.
And the sash?
Patriot thread. So, you're back for good now, I hope? Can we get you started on something new then? How do you feel about supernovae?
Miss Cannon, I'd much rather continue working with the Cepheids. Follow it through.
Through to where?
To some true place.
Put a big red X on it if you find it.
And if we're not finding the greatest truth, then what have we spent our lives doing? What's the point of all this?
The cosmic question of our age.
What's the point?
What is the universe? The question itself admits a singularity of size. We are stuck
We are stuck
on this planet.
in this life, and our perspective is
Our perspective is
intimate,
imperfect.
which means that I might have forgotten
However,
to live.
because we lack the measurements, we are left wondering, how big is everything? Which leads to the central question, is everything contained within our Milky Way galaxy?
Are we contained or not?
Is all that we see
Is all that we see
the extent of the universe?
the extent? No, no.
Absolutely. It is my judgment that the universe is exactly the same thing as the Milky Way galaxy. There is nothing greater and nowhere else. To even admit the possibility would mean to consider that these stars are thousands of light years away, and nothing is thousands of light years away. The universe is simply not that vast. Nor need it be to inspire the deepest human wonder. Thank you.
Professor Shaw,
Miss Levitt, you were listening.
how can you say that the universe isn't that vast? How can you say that?
Because the majority of scientists agree.
No, they don't.
The ones that matter do.
The ones that gave you this job do. And I've looked at the literature, and it's where my findings are now quite at home.
Then you would see that there's simply no other way to think.
Then it's a good thing the universe doesn't much care what you think. It just marches on. It doesn't care what Newton or Kepler. It waits for the blind to catch up. That would be you. That would be you.
Miss Levitt.
I'm sorry. I have to go. I always have to go.
Henrietta.
What?
Please. When I got back from Europe, my father decided it was time and that she was a good match. And I barely knew her and I barely knew what was happening. And I don't know why I said all those things to you. Yes, I do. Seeing you's very hard.
Well, I am so sorry this has been so hard for you.
It's not what I meant. Perhaps we could talk?
We can't.
Why?
Because there's a boat that leaves tomorrow for Europe. And I just decided I'll be on it. Because I've heard that seeing the stars from sea is not to be missed. And I don't want to miss anything else. And apparently, there's lobster.
That's good for you, but you should know, I need to say before you go, your findings are very important, and I'm really very proud of you.
Thank you.
Dear Margie.
Dear Mr. Shaw.
I'd like to say that I wish I could send you an image of this sky tonight, but I hope we never make pictures that perfect. That would miss the point.
Which is what, I think, staring out at sea.
I used to think that to be truly alive, I needed answers. I needed to know. But all this does not, in fact, need to be known, does it? We do.
We do.
Because the real point is seeing something greater and knowing we're just a small part of it, if we're lucky. In the end, that is a life well lived.
Please tell Miss Cannon that when I return, I have work to do.
Because thank God there's a lot out there bigger than me. See you soon, Henrietta. Margie, I missed you so much. Welcome to Boston.
Same to you. Welcome back. Now tell me everything.
Well, Paris was just as perfect as you'd like to think, and London was just... Oh.
Henry!
I'm fine.
You're not fine. What is this?
It's nothing. It passes.
It's not nothing. You should have come home immediately.
There were only a few bad days.
Henrietta, they've invented doctors.
I saw one in London.
And you're seeing another one right now.
Margie, no.
The luggage can wait.
I'm going straight to Harvard.
No, you're not. You're coming home with me to Wisconsin and you're resting.
But I have to work. I want to work.
I don't care. There's time for all of that.
There's not.
Henrietta! Look, there she is!
There she is, Henrietta.
I said, there she is. Oh, Henrietta.
What are you doing here?
What are we doing here? Your sister told us you were finally coming back.
And you have to save us from each other.
You really do. Now we have a mountain of work to get through.
Hello, you. I'm Wilhelmina.
I'm Margaret. Hello.
Oh, this is my sister Margie. I thought you'd met.
Oh, no, not yet. But I've heard so much about both of you. Okay.
You're the sister. We've heard of you.
Hi.
Annie, you're scaring the poor girl.
Unfortunately, common.
Henrietta tells us you have a son?
I do. As tall as his father and twice the charmer.
Oh, dear.
Let's just say I do not fear a lack of grandchildren.
Send him to me. I'll straighten him out.
All right, ladies. The early grafts from Princeton are in, and we need your eyes on them.
I can do that.
Henry, wait. Actually, she was just telling me she's been a bit poorly.
No, I'm fine, and I'm really looking forward to being back.
You're sick?
No,
Yes. In fact, she nearly fainted just now, and I really must insist that
I'm
she come.
insisting, Margie. My life, my work, and every chance I've ever had is here.
Then so am I. You can't get rid of me.
Well, me neither. Get over here.
And you can work from home whenever you like, so there's not a single reason why we can't all go about our business as usual.
Thank you, lunatic women.
Oh, Henry, we got you.
I'll get the bags.
I've got you, Henry. We're right here.